Have you ever loved someone so much that the very thought of losing them was terrifying? So you did what felt natural. You held on tighter. You texted a little more, asked for reassurance a little more often, needed to feel connected every single moment, only to watch them slowly, quietly start to pull away. If you've been there, feeling that confusing mix of intense love and intense pain, please know this. You are not crazy and you are not alone. In fact, what you're experiencing is a painful paradox we're going to unpack today. Why the tighter you grip love, the more certain it becomes that it will turn to pain. Think of love like holding sand in your hand. When you cradle it gently with an open palm, the sand rests there, secure and complete. It's exactly as it should be. But the moment fear kicks in, the fear of losing it, you instinctively clench your fist. You squeeze, trying to secure it, to own it, to make sure it can't possibly get away. And what happens? It immediately starts to slip. The grains trickle through the cracks between your fingers. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it drains away, until you're left with nothing but a few stubborn grains and the empty memory of what was once a full handful. This is exactly what happens in a relationship when we hold on too tightly. That clenched fist isn't a metaphor for passion or deep commitment. It's the emotional equivalent of control, born entirely from fear. It's the fear of being abandoned, the deep-seated worry that you are not truly worthy of love, or the terror of being alone. But here's the painful translation. What you experience internally as fear and a desperate need for security feels to the other person like a prison. Your need for control becomes their lack of freedom, and no one can truly love and connect when they feel they are behind bars. First, a tight grip suffocates their authenticity. When you're holding on that tightly, you're no longer loving the actual, complex person in front of you. You're loving the idea of them never leaving. This unintentionally creates an immense pressure for them to be perfect, to never upset you or cause a ripple of anxiety. They start to filter their thoughts, hide their minor frustrations, and suppress their quirks or needs that might be inconvenient. They can't be their full human, sometimes messy self, because they feel they are constantly walking on eggshells. And genuine love simply cannot grow in a space where authenticity is being suffocated. It withers in that sterile environment. The second reason is that this behavior systematically erodes trust and creates a severe power imbalance. A tight grip is, at its core, a nonverbal shout that you do not trust them. The constant checking in, the need to know who they're with, the anxiety that flares up when they're simply living their life. This isn't a demonstration of love. It's a system of surveillance. Without ever meaning to, you frame the relationship as one between a warden and a prisoner. This dynamic destroys the mutual respect and the sense of voluntary, joyful connection that is the very foundation of a healthy partnership. You can't feel chosen by someone who seems to be monitoring you. But perhaps the most profound and painful reason of all is that in your quest to hold onto the relationship, you completely let go of yourself. You are the one who pays the steepest price. Slowly, almost without noticing, you abandon the hobbies that light you up, the friends who fill your cup, and the personal goals that give you a sense of purpose. Your entire world shrinks to the size of one person, and your entire emotional well-being becomes their responsibility. This isn't just unhealthy for you. It's an unbearable burden to place on another human being. And in this tragic twist, you lose the very person your partner fell in love with, the confident, interesting, whole individual you once were, and you're left wondering where you went. So, how do we break this cycle? The goal isn't to love less, but to love differently. It requires a fundamental shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. The scarcity mindset tells you, this is my only chance. If I lose this person, I will be alone forever. This is the fear that makes you clench your fist. The abundance mindset, however, comes from a deep, internal knowing that says, I am a whole and valuable person on my own. I am choosing to share my life with you, but my wholeness does not depend on you. This isn't about arrogance. It's about self-worth. When you genuinely know that you will be okay with or without this specific relationship, you can finally relax. You can release the pressure valve and simply enjoy being with them, instead of being terrified of losing them. This shift in mindset is supported by practical, daily actions. The most important one is to actively reinvest in yourself. Make a conscious effort to spend time on your passions and nurture your friendships. This rebuilds your identity outside of the relationship. Alongside this, you must practice self-validation. Your sense of worth cannot be outsourced. It must come from within. Remind yourself that your value is not determined by how quickly they text back or how much attention they give you. Then, change the way you communicate. Learn to express your needs as feelings, not as demands. There's a world of difference between saying, I feel a bit anxious when I don't hear from you. Could we just text good night? And, you must always text me before bed. Finally, learn to create space for mystery. You do not need to be a part of every single thought they have or every moment of their day. Allowing for separate experiences and inner lives is what keeps the connection interesting and allows both of you to breathe and grow, both as individuals and as a couple. Letting go of that tight grip is one of the most terrifying things you can do. On the surface, it feels like you are risking everything, like you are opening your hand and inviting loss right in. But I want you to understand a profound truth. You are not letting go of the person. You are letting go of the fear. You are letting go of the control, the anxiety, and the desperate need that has been poisoning your connection. In its place, you are making space for a different kind of love altogether, a love that is not taken for granted, but is chosen freely every single day. This is the love that doesn't hurt, because it's held in a clenched fist. It's a love that feels secure, because it's held gently, with unwavering trust, and with a courageous, open hand that knows true belonging cannot be forced, only welcomed.